My name is Matt Dudack, and I'm the Artistic Director of the University of Akron Steel Drum Band, and I'm an adjunct professor in the School of Music and the Percussion Studio. I've been Artistic Director here since 1998. When I finished my master's, I became Artistic Director, so I've been here over 20 years. Big celebration for our band this year. We're celebrating 40 years. The University of Akron Steel Band is one of the oldest collegiate steel bands in the United States. It started in 1980 by Dr. Larry Snyder, who's a distinguished professor of percussion, who is still teaching here, and he started in 1980, and at that time there were only 2 other college programs in the U.S. Today's concert is part of a family series at the Civic, and it's sponsored by Children's Hospital, I believe. What's a little different about this show is we get into a little more of the history and background about where the steel drums come from, how they're developed over time in Trinidad and Tobago, how they end up in the United States, and this particular concert we're celebrating Carnival, which is a big part of the history of the steel drum, but also there's many Carnival celebrations throughout the Caribbean and Brazil, and we're going to play some music that comes from that sort of tradition. One thing we try and do with our students, our percussion students here, they're all percussion majors, music education and performance, and graduate students too. It's part of our curriculum. Besides the steel band, we do classical percussion, orchestral percussion, Brazilian percussion. We do African drumming, particularly from Ghana, and contemporary music as well. But the steel band's a big part of what we do. It's important to our curriculum in that it teaches, all the music we do, it teaches the culture and the history and about the people of the instrument, not just the drums and rhythms, but we try to get into the background of why these rhythms exist, why this music exists, how it functions, and we think it's really important to study all of those aspects, not just how to play, but to understand the history of it. But as far as the future of the steel band, we're already seeing kind of the results of that, because as I mentioned, some of the alumni we're going to have come back are now retired band directors who have started steel band programs, and so they were members of this band in the 80s. They went on to become band directors, start their own steel drum programs, and then have sent their students to the university. So it's this whole circle of life kind of thing. But you see steel bands everywhere now. Hoban High School in town doesn't have a band program. They have just a steel band program. They have 150 kids playing steel drums. Jackson High School, one of our alums as well, has a big steel band program down in the Massillon area. So you're seeing these bands kind of pop up all over the place over the years since 1980 when our band started, and now these band directors are retiring. They're also training younger people who are going on to be music educators who will then start their own steel drum programs. So it's kind of become not commonplace yet, but it's a big part of the music education scene. Today's concert will be, it's always a lot of fun because we have just a really mixed audience of young kids, people who've never seen steel drums before, many who have, and it's fun to teach them about what we do. And one of the features of the concert today is that we don't do in April, is we're doing some samba drumming from Brazil. Our band is only for percussion majors, unfortunately, but you can become what they call a jumby, which is basically a fan. We're on Instagram and Facebook. It's UA Percussion Studio, and we'll be playing at E.J. Thomas Hall, which I think students get discounted rates for tickets. It's April 18th. It's a really great show. We feature a local middle school steel band from Miller South in town here that I direct. They'll be playing in the lobby. We have a bunch of alumni coming back, which is really cool, and to play with us, of course. And we're actually featuring a lot of music of Cliff Alexis, who is the person who built all of our drums, who passed away about a year ago. So we're kind of celebrating him as well, because without him, there's no steel band here. I think a lot of people on campus don't know that we exist, and just for whatever reason, and I think the more we can spread about the word about what our band does, it's a lot of fun. The music is fun. We do all different styles of music, and I've never had anybody get upset about, get angry about listening to steel band music. It's very happy Caribbean party music, and that's what we try and share, as well as where this instrument comes from.